Welcome to episode 3. I'm so happy that you're back. I hope everything is going well for you. I hope you had a great day. I hope you're doing very well. I hope you hit all of your New Year's resolutions. I hope you hit all of your goals. I hope anything that's bothering you gets better. I want to remind you that things are temporary. The hard times don't last. Whatever you're going through is not permanent. Let me say it again, everything is temporary. I believe in you. I appreciate you and I respect you, and I understand that this is what the game is, right? Things aren't always going to be easy. Sometimes things will most likely be difficult, right? But it's how we show up in those moments that truly show us who we are, right? We all have difficult moments where we question ourselves and our ability and our character, and we don't really know who we are, right? In those moments, you really get to show yourself who you are and why you're doing the things that you're doing. Something important is your reason why. Why are you doing the things that you're doing? Why are you chasing your goals? Why are you going after it? If you don't have a concrete, strong reason why you're doing what you're doing, you're simply going to fail, because people who are more obsessed, people who are more, they simply have more conviction and self-belief, and they just want it more, they'll win, because they don't care how they feel. They don't care if they're tired. They don't care if they're exhausted. They don't care if they worked a 12-hour day. It's 8:13 at night. I've been working all day. I've had things to deal with, but I still want to help you because I care about you. You're my friend. Don't look at my hands, they're ashy. You guys even met my mother yesterday. She came in my video. So we're basically besties at this point. I really hope good things happen to you. I hope you enjoy these videos. And for the next 6 months, I'm going to do this every single day to show you exactly how my intuition works, exactly how I trade, exactly how you could have used my, it's not even really a strategy, it's kind of just the way I'm viewing things, and make money yourself. So without further ado, let's get right into it. I like to start off by analyzing every single time frame, which will take more time than I'm going to put into this because I don't want people to get bored. But for starters, let's go on the 15-minute time frame. So on the 15-minute time frame, as you can see, we have a gigantic, it's an upside down U, okay? As you can see, I'm going to trace it for you. Someone traces a pattern, your eyes get trained to see it, right? When I first started trading, there were no Discords, there were no signal groups, there was nothing. I had to learn mostly myself. It wasn't until about 2021, 2022, I joined someone's Discord, well, a few people's different Discords, and they showed me chart patterns, right? I never was able to see the chart patterns until I had someone draw them out in front of me. So by me showing you my intuition, the way I'm seeing things and drawing things out for you, you will benefit so much more than if you were to learn this yourself. So I'm going to give you as much information as I possibly can for free, because I just care. Because I remember when I was trying to learn this, and I would message top traders and they would just dismiss me. There was one trader, in fact, who I bought his course. I bought his course and it was $50, right? He had about 200k subscribers. He had 200k followers on Instagram. Let's do some quick math. He had let's say about 10% of his audience converted. That's 20,000 times $50. What's that, like $1 million? 20k times 50. 20 times 50. It's $1 million, right? He made $1 million off of doing nothing. I bought his course. It was complete horseshit. He literally said, if you want to be a trader, you gotta stop being like a female dog. I'm not gonna curse on this. I read the book. I'm like, what? Then he started talking about the 33-day moving average and the 90 moving average, and how, like, when they intersect, you can, like, buy. Bruv, what is that? That disgusts me. Then I emailed him and I told him that this is not what I was expecting. I would like a refund. You know what he did? I'm not going to air his name out. He was a very well-known trader. He had over 200,000 followers. He had a very large Discord community of over maybe 5,000 to 10,000 people that he was charging monthly. And what did he do? He told me that I would never be able to trade. He told me that I would be a failure in trading. And this is someone that I look up to. Someone who I drew inspiration from. And here he was, telling me that I was nothing. That just goes to show you that there are people out there, they're not good people. Some of them might be, but some of them are not. Without further ado, let's get right into this shit. Upside down U, right? I want to see price take out this liquidity right here. Once again, these two lines are structure levels, right? This is a 4-hour structure level for 4-hour high, 4-hour low, right? Granted, on the daily we are bearish. On the 4-hour, we're bearish as well. On the 1-hour and 2-hour, we're bullish, right? We're probably going to make some type of retracement to around here, right? Just by quickly eyeballing this. If you were to pull out a Fibonacci sequence, or whatever ratio, whatever it's called, who cares what it's called? It would be like 100, 50, and 0, right? Just by eyeballing it, I would say 50% is somewhere around here. So 469, we're at 468.79. So I would say around 469, 470-ish. I would like price to see retrace up to it, then come back down, sweep this little level right here at 467.84, or rather, let's be precise, 467.53 or 43. You get the picture. Draw it where the wick is. Okay, so 467.43. I want to see price sweep that, confuse everyone. Everyone's gonna think we're going bearish. It's going to take all those orders, and then the market's going to run back up to here, 74. Okay, timestamp me. Anyway, so that's what I think is going to happen. And let's go over today's action and how you could have made money from it, because that's what we're all here for. So I'm not going to deprive you of what you came here for. In addition, I hope you had a beautiful day. I hope you realize that life is beautiful. You can be anything you want to be. You can make all the money you want in trade, right? And that's why I want to help you, because I wanted someone to help me, and I didn't get that. So I want to help you, because it sucks. It sucks not to have any help. So let's get right into this. What do we see here? I don't want to be a hindsight king and pretend like I know what's going on, but just for teaching purposes, as you can see, there is, let's see what I can use this. There's a 5-minute W over here, right? I'm not sure why. Oh, never mind. Whatever. 5-minute W over here. Usually, this is my intuition talking. I know today's FOMC, which means I don't really advise trading, but I'm still going to give you, information if you were to trade. I know everyone makes their own decisions. The biggest thing about trading is everything is completely subjective. You can make your own decisions. You can make your own rules, right? This is a game where you initially want to learn about trading, but you actually learn everything there is to learn about, like a whole bunch of weird shit. You learn about yourself. You get to know yourself extremely, extremely well. You get to know about the world. You get to know about money. You get to know about compound interest. You get to know about spirituality. You get to know about manifestation. You get to know about positivity, right? And a whole bunch of other slew of things, which I'll make a whole bunch of videos on and educate you, because all these things are crucial. And spirituality, they go like this. They are hand in hand. The way you think, if you do not think correctly, your trading will never work. I will make videos on all of this, right? So just on my intuition, right? Whether or not you were to take this off of a 5-minute W or not, double bottom, whatever you want to call it, my intuition would have told me that once we had somewhere up to here, we were somewhere above here, I would say I would like for us to fill out this W pattern. And look at that, we did. So 469 to 470, just under $1. That's enough money for the scalpers. That's enough money for the day traders. Just to give you some quick context, I trade SPY, not SPX, SPY, right? Because I'm still, even though I've been trading for a while, I still am in the earlier stages, right? And I'm still trying to grow my trading and build my trading, right? So I trade SPY, right? So if you trade one contract and it goes up usually about $1, if it goes up about $1, you can make around $50 to $60 per contract. Between 40 to about 42.60, right? Just to be on the more modest side, let's say around 40 to 50, right? A lot of it has to do with implied volatility and theta, and how clean the move is, and if there were pullbacks, which kind of kill the value of the contract. So in this instance, it kind of went up straight. So that you could have seen this somewhere around here. I'm going to break down a 1 minute structure and really doctor this up. Once again, my intuition called out this piece over here. As you can see, there's basically another M. Right, so I like to see these M's, I like to see these W's. I don't like to make it too hard. I don't like to make it too complicated, right? I'm going to zoom in on the 1 minute time frame. I'm going to show you candle by candle about how to read this. But more importantly, it's my intuition that gives me a specific feeling. And it's only because I've been doing it for a while, right? And I'm not special, I'm not smart, I'm not a genius, I'm just someone that never gave up. So you too, at the end of the 6 months, your intuition will probably be just as good as mine because you're watching me explain it day in and day out. So the best thing you can do when you're developing an intuition and when your intuition is fully developed, you should just calm your mind and just leave it flat. Don't even want to enter in the trade because then it starts to cloud your judgment. So this is around 250, right? Take a look at it. My intuition said, oh, that's a 5 minute M. We could take it and close out over here, right? Right around here. We did, right? We did. It worked beautifully. Okay, so let's see how we could have gotten this. You could have even taken this as well, because this is another 5 minute M, and this is a 5 minute W, right? W, boom. Wow, look at this. So let's break this down on the 1 minute time frame because I'm starting to get excited and I want to teach you guys. So if you notice, the traders who sell all these things, they're not going to break things down candle by candle to show you how to read things. This is why you should subscribe to me. Not only for my beautiful voice messages and memos, but because I'll actually teach you how to make money. In addition, I genuinely do care about you because, I make these videos for aspiring traders because as traders, we all know one thing, and it's we just want to save our family. We want to do things for the right reasons. I don't have big dreams or aspirations or a fancy car or to spend it on a whole bunch of Gucci and designer and all that nonsense. I just want my parents to stop working, so that's why I do it. So let's get back into this. As you can see, the only thing is, I could just do this. As you can see, we begin to create somewhat of a U shape right here, right? So what happens, right? Initially, we are bearish on the day, right? If you were to look at the overnight session, we gapped down, right? I was like, damn, we gapped down 473, $473. I'm like, damn, it's a good amount, right? Came back down. We went all the way to 469, right? Price made an initial push up. Not sure why that happened, right? But all I know is that price quickly rejected and came back down, right? Once again, it's too early to tell. It's too early to understand kind of what's going on, right? Once again, if you look at what I explained earlier in the video about how we were still in that 15-minute schematic of the upside down U, we are once again fulfilling the needs to satisfy that obligation to reach to the bottom piece of that. So that I did not realize that, initially when the trading day first started because I didn't have all my notes written out. But as the day further went on, I realized, okay, like, to be completely honest with you, I figured we were going to hit it, but I kind of expected more of a move up to kind of fill out the imbalance above. I kind of wanted us to go somewhere over here, then come down, but it just kind of went down without me being ready for it. So that's why I wasn't able to catch that. But if I was to write that down earlier and then really have it like written down in front of me. I'm one of those people that need things written down and I need to look at it. Then I would have probably taken shorts somewhere. It would have had to be an intuition or gut based decision, right? For you to like say this is a supply zone, it's a bit of a stretch. I wouldn't have seen it. I'm not gonna lie to you. We would have missed that trade, and that's fine because there are more opportunities, right? Lower low, lower high. That's the structure we're playing in. Lower low, lower high. That's the structure we're playing in, right? We broke above this piece over here. Let's just draw this out for you. We broke above this piece over here, right? Came back down. We consolidated. We made a move up, right? Swept all these little bits over here. Came back down. Faked everyone out. Then we continued to just accumulate orders and just kind of consolidate a little bit, right? But this may look like consolidation to the average person, but to me, it looks just like accumulation, right? As you can see, we have the beginning shape of a U. Furthermore, we have this is the most low point of the day, right? If we were truly bearish, we would have did something like this. Came lower, because as you can see, we're trending down, right? We're trending down, full circle moment right here. I remember when I was first beginning to trade, someone did this to me, and then they pulled out these arrows, and I was just in complete awe. And I was like, how could they see this? How could they know this? So for me to do it to you, it means a lot. So if price were to be bearish, it would do something like this, right? But obviously it didn't, right? It didn't. So price held over here, and then as you can see, we just continued to go higher and higher. So I would have entered this trade somewhere around here. Let's just make this right around here, right? Because I'm still pretty new to TradingView, but I would have entered it somewhere around here, and then I would have looked taken it to this somewhere around this previous point over here, right? I'm not going to be. I needed to go to the exact tick because if I learned anything, it's that price does not move, exactly how you like. And if I have a profit on the table, I'm going to use proper money management, and I'm going to take my profit. So let's say over here, 469.25 to 470.77. That's $1.50. That's enough money for a scalper. That's enough money for a day trader. Okay, that's trade 1 of the day, right? Then you could have seen that this is a makeshift supply zone because we came down from there, right? You could have noted that, right? Again, that's more of a high level, something that you would kind of see on the fly. So we mitigated this point, right? And then we came back down, right? You could have taken this trade as well, right? Because we're still playing within parameters. So even though this is a 1 minute structure and we may have broken 1 minute structure, it doesn't really mean that much because on the 5 minute, 15 minute, and hour, we're still bearish. So we came to this point, we mitigated it, right? And then we came back down, right? So you could have taken some type of short position over here, write it down to over here. And this is not the cherry pick, this is just to show you examples of how my intuition works and how you can develop a similar type of intuition, because I can do this in real time, okay? But I just want to show you how it works so you can begin to look at it in real time too. So as you can see, we literally went right to it, we swept it, then made a move back up. Then just as more context, as you begin to see the U-shape, the U-shape, right? I wouldn't have taken this here because, I don't know. I would have taken this over here though, because we refuse to go lower. So over here is a bit of a risk to entry, but over here, put the box on it, right here, that's a really nice entry. That's a very, very nice entry, and you could have taken it to the top, right here, boom. Why did I say that? Because number one, we swept this piece, we made a move higher, right? Even though we did not create a new higher high, we're still playing within the current parameters, so all this is kind of junk. Unless we actually break this low point over here, then price is going to be bearish, I guess. Or we can look for shorts, but it's just hard to tell, right? Because if you look at this here, we went up and we came back down, right? And we refused to go lower. That's indication number 1. Then we refuse to go lower again. That's indication number 2, right? So because of the refusal to go lower and understanding of the accumulation pattern, which is the big U, I and my intuition agreed that this would be a profitable trade. Well, not really profitable, but a trade that's worthwhile. Take it up to there, get rid of it, right? Then if you were to see price finally swept above this piece, so we collected all the orders that we needed to take, and then now we can continue the cycle of what we originally wanted to do, which is the 15-minute schematic of coming down to make the upside down U. So then, after we accumulated all the orders we need to get and we did price whatever it had to do, then it could continue its pattern lower. So this is basically an accumulation which led to price sweeping all of this so we can go further lower. So then, let's look on the 5-minute. I know these videos are getting long, but you just have to bear with me because if you want information, these videos are going to be long. So, oopsie. Yeah, this is the 15-minute schematic I was talking about. Look at this giant upside down U. It's not invisible. Right, so today we had pretty much a move up for majority of the day. Initially, at the beginning of the day, we sold off. We ran back up, and then we kind of created a U-shape to accumulate orders to get to a certain point, right? To create the new lower high, right? Because that's all this is. It's just a new lower high, and then we came back down, right? And we're going to fulfill the obligations that need to be satisfied, which is to sweep this piece over here. So for tomorrow, right? The thing I do want to see is I want us to sweep, right? In terms of how the sweep may happen, it's a bit more challenging to understand that. I think we will probably run up to this piece right here, as I mentioned, somewhere toward 50% equilibrium, and then come back down, and then sweep it, and then kind of make a move back up, right? It's pretty hard to tell, but once you can understand the general direction and look at the charts on, right before the market opens, around 8:30, when we have more context based on the overnight session, once you can clearly see kind of what's going on the 1 hour time frame and kind of what phase of the market are we in accumulation phase, distribution phase, or like what's going on and kind of where liquidity is resting and where liquidity will run to, then your intuition will develop really, really nicely. So let's just quickly go on the 1 minute and show you some risk to reward shit. So these are all good trades. Once again, I like to trade on Thinkorswim. I'm fairly new to TradingView. Not really new, I just don't prefer not to use it, but it's actually really not that bad at all. So we can see I wanted to get it there. Ew, why did it do that? Ew, why did it do that too? So even this gigantic thing is still a 1.6. Jesus Christ. My stop loss would have been, I would say, probably underneath this piece, 1 to 2.5. That's still good. And that's what my stop loss extended. I would probably be a 1.3, which is still pretty good. Let's delete this. Right. If you were to take this trade over here, take it to here, right? Stop loss over here. It's a 1 to 6. Okay. Even if you were to cover it all the way down here, it's still 1 to 3. Beautiful. Right, then if you were to take this short position over here, your entry would have been on this little wick over here, right? Because I used to get so tripped up on this. It needs to break, and then it needs to come back up. Because I used to enter right here, then it would come back up, I would get stopped out, and I'll be so furious. It needs to do some type of break of structure over here, come back up, come back down, retest, and then come back down, right? I know that's like an ICD concept, but it does work. It works, right? My trading is pretty much going to be a lot of different traders combined together, because I've had maybe about 10 different traders who I've learned from. So even with it's a 1 to 8, right? This is 1 to 3, this is 1 to 6, this is 1 to 8. Either way you're looking at it, if you take my trades, you'll be profitable. Just because of the risk to reward, right? For people who don't understand risk to reward, you can pull up a chart. Risk to reward chart. as you can see right here. So if your risk is 1 to 3, right, which was the smallest one that I had on the chart, or even 1 to 2, if your risk is 1 to 2, you just need a 40% win rate. If it's 1 to 3, you need a 30% win rate. If it's 1 to 4, you just need a 30% win rate. Even at 20%, you should break even. 1 to 5, you only need to hit like 20%. Okay? The hardest thing about trading is your mind. People just want to be right, and when I say people, I'm talking about me. That's the most difficult part about trading. You don't want to be wrong. Anyway, this dragged on, and I appreciate you if you stayed this far. These longer videos will probably be the most beneficial. I try to make them 5 minutes long, but they just don't work. I just can't explain things really. So enjoy this. I wish you peace, love, and blessings, and I really hope you become a good trader. I hope things go your way, and I hope you become rich, and I hope things work out for you. Talk to you later. Peace.